Okay, so Master Bewitching Iris. Had a small stream crash and I kind of lost some progress here, but it's okay. It wasn't that much. We're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it again. Right. So the first effect, Nibiru. We were using Nibiru for it. Rather, we used Nibiru already, but let's go. Okay. Special. Sum of this card. It does not tribute. It does not use tokens. Timings. SP God. SPTG. SPRP. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this, we don't need this. Location count here. We don't need this. We don't need most of these. Stillborn, a good old friend. For the zone check. We don't need this. This is gonna be the filter for the monster whose effects are already negated on the field. Just a filter. Okay, location, amber zone. Location, amber zone. And this is going to be. It needs to be face up. Not disabled, or rather it needs to be disabled. Is disabled. Actually, in this case we could use filter face up function. Disabled. We don't need this at all. And then down here, we don't need these. We just need these. Okay. If it's not ready to face stop, otherwise press on. Okay, so this should be done, right? Quick chain, once per turn. Okay, and then the trigger effect. Your opponent spell summons, blah blah. Spell summons a monster. Okay, so we can take the condition from this guy. Well, not just the condition, this whole thing. Okay, it's an optional effect. Special summon success. Change location master zone. Okay, we need to change these to E2. And then what does the condition say? Noted this contains your handler. So that's a ruling maybe. Energy exists. Why not this rather than this? Makes way more sense. Now, so this checks if the opponent's best summon the master. What we need to check is based on the master's location, and not location, based on the master's summon location, where it came from. We need to check these three effects individually. How are we going to name this? Let's do sound deck extra. Deck extra TG, hand deck extra copy. Okay, so there was a BLS master that had a similar effect, I think. Lackluster. We need a space here. The link, this one. Which gets upon must be battle, it will be one's effects. Basically it's that, but we need to check. We need to do some extra checks for its effect, basically. But the idea is the same. So to go now, this is the magic. We need this. Okay, so B1, B2, B3, each one is for each effect. Basically, you check. Now the way this guy works, the first two effects you can always do them. You can always apply them, so that's why these are true here. Anyway, so first effect, it needs to be something from the hand, but that was special summoned, and you need to have something special summoned, basically. So let's see. Right, so EG exists. Actually, we're going to copy partially this one, or I would maybe should use a filter. I think function. Just to check that the summon player is the opponent, and that the summon location is a specific location I give to it. Lock. And C is summon location lock. I think that's the function. Let me check. Yep, that's it. Summon location. So what we're going to do here going to put this filter instead of someone player here, and we're going to pass TP and location hunt to it. And we're going to do the same here, but we're going to pass location deck. And then the same down here with location extra deck. Location extra. So basically, this will check EG, which is the event group, so the monsters that were special summoned in the specific event, and check that there's at least one monster that the opponent special summoned, and it was special summoned from these locations. So here, along with this, we're going to check if we can perform this part, special monster from your hand. Which means we need to do this. They're gonna be kind of long, but what can you do? Basically, still matching card. Let's put a filter. It needs to be any monster in your hand, so CTP and turn. These can be special summons, this line exactly. So there's at least one of these in your hand. We'll pass all the parameters to it correctly. Okay, so now B1 would be true if the opponent special summons something from the hand and we have 3 zones and there is something to special summon from our hand. And that's just B1. So let's move on to B2. B2 is the opponent summoning something from the deck, and we need to be able to draw 2 cards. Used this earlier. Player can draw, I think it's called. Yep. So it's gonna be way shorter. And this player can draw TP2. And then the third effect is, what does it say? It can destroy one of those monster special summons from the extra deck. I don't think there's any additional check because you're just gonna attempt to destroy it. Okay. Now this needs to be B1 or B2 or B3. Options, selection, if B1, so this is the standard stuff. So what this does, it's initially here. So it goes through, and if B1 is true, it adds the option for B1 into the opt table and the selection in the select table, and it does the same thing for B2 and B3. So basically it checks which of these 3 effects you can use in this instance and puts them in the tables. So then here when you make the selection prompt shows all the available effects pretty much. Now here, because BL is the first 2 effects, you don't need to do anything special. But for this guy, for this girl rather, it's a girl, we need to do something on all 3 effects. So if OP is 1, it means we pick the special summon effect. Else if OP is 2, then we pick the draw effect, and if it's 3, we picked the destroy effect. So then this category destroy here, and then Here it needs category draw. And here it needs category special summon. Special summon. Okay, let's do the first part here. So here we need an operation info for special summoning a monster from our hands. Non-specific monster. But we know it's from the hand. And it puts the label, it puts OP in the label, so later on in the operation we know which effect is being used. So here we need operation info for drawing 2 cards, and we're going to look at the legendary bottom grid for this. Make this line. We can't need this, so let's keep it for now. Okay, and then the last effect is the destruction. So we destroy one of those monsters special summoned from the extra deck. So we need to filter out e.g. Category destroy. And find the function that we want. I think it's called filter. Group filter. Then the function here is gonna be this. No exceptions, and we're going to pass TP and the extras parameters to it. Liquid destroy. Okay. And then let's copy the operation and polish up the details on it. So C is this card, OP is your what you picked. So in our case, option 1 is going to be the hand effect, option 2 is going to be the deck effect, and option 3 is going to be the extra deck effect. So in the first case, we don't need these, but we need these two. You have zones and something to special summon. Copy that extra end. Okay. Then in here we're gonna pick something to special summon and special summon it. And you know, when it comes to special summons, we go back to Monster Reborn as always. Very convenient. Let me let me put some comments here so we know we don't get completely lost. Sound effect. This is gonna be the deck effect. And this is gonna be the extra deck effect. So let's go back here. Special summon, select matching card. And what's the filter? It's this one. Display filter. It has to be from our hands, so change this. Okay. And then if we picked something, to special summon in here, and that effect is done. Special summon, and just change this to G, and we're good. So the hand effect is good here. Good and done. Now the deck effect is the draw 2. So let's go back to the bot. and we're literally just going to do this. We don't need to check or anything, because even if we cannot draw 2, we draw 2 and we lose. That's just rulings. And the extra deck is gonna be the destruction. So a lot of this is already very similar to what we want. Okay, I think we're going to use another function called filter select, which is similar to this one, but you actually get to pick. Okay, so local T is okay. We're going to pick, and the function is this one. Minimum 1, maximum 1. It's not cancelable. No exceptions, but we need to pass. Where is it? TP and location extra here as parameters. So we don't need this line. And then this, instead of remove, is going to be destroy. So get key. Okay. Right, so let's go through this one more time. The second effect, I mean. Special success, filter go, location master zone. Okay, it's missing the count limit, let's not forget about it. It's important. It's 100. And then the condition checks that this is not part of the group and there exists at least one monster. Actually, okay, so this is slightly, okay, we need to use this filter here. Good thing I got this. Yeah, it's not just any monster specimen for the opponent, there needs to be a monster specimen for the opponent. In one of the 3 locations that we care about, so location hand, or location deck, or location extra deck. Okay, and then target B1 is for the hand effect, so there's at least one that was summoned from the hand. And we have room, and we have something special summon in our hand. B2 is for the draw effect, so there's something that was summoned from the deck in the group, and we can draw 2 cards. And P3 is for the extra deck effect, so there's something summoned from the extra deck, and we're just going to attempt to destroy it. One of the 3 needs to be true, and this is the standard stuff to put the selection stuff in the table. And if we pick the first option, which is the hand, category special summon, and so operation info special summon. If we pick the draw effect, category draw, operation info draw. If we pick the destroy effect, category destroy, celebration info destroy. And then we put the option when we select it as the label, which is then being used in the operation. So if the label is 1, so it's the hand effect, and we have room and we have something to summon, then select what you want to summon and special summon it, and that's done. If we pick the draw effect, just draw 2 cards. And if we pick the destroy effect, select something from the summoned group that was summoned from the extra deck and destroy it. Destroy all those must be summoned from the extra deck. Can I use effect? Okay. So I think she's alright now. Let's test it. Okay, so the first effect we need to be main phase, and we need a negated monster. So Valor. Let's just use Valor. Only opponent's den up, and then we should be able to spell summon Iris from the hand. And then when the opponent, if the opponent spell summons them, this is the delay flag I just noticed, because it's a NIF effect. Need to set property. So let's copy it from Deneb. Okay. So if the opponent spell summons a monster, activate one of these effects based on where it was summoned from. So let's do Jester Confit for the hand summon. And extra deck and deck. For extra deck we can do Link Rebo. So Jester Confit. And for the deck, what should we do for the deck? Something that sounds for the deck easily. And it's not in the damage sub, like Dragonet or something. Dragonet. Double N. And Galaxy Serpent. Okay. So it says if it works on a basic level. Don't shuffle deck. Opponent. Right, this needs to be one. Okay. So if the opponent summons Deneb and I use Valor on it, we can use Iris, special summon her. And now I'm gonna summon Jester from my hand. She can trigger and pick the summon from hand effect. And I can special summon this. If I summon, okay. Now I need to pass, and I'm gonna try the other summons. So if I summon from the deck, I draw 2 cards. And then if I summon from the extra deck, I have to do it next turn, or rather, yeah, I have to do it next turn because I runs per turn on her. So let's pass real quick. I need to play something so that the Jester bounces it. Okay, now the Jester is gonna go into Link Rebo. I can use a destroy effect. Okay. One little detail I wanna add. Hint selection here. So the card flashes after you pick it. Okay, so the effects work on a basic level. I want to try if we can have multiple of those true at the same time. So we need something I can summon from both from the hand and from the deck, and or from the extra deck. I don't think that exists. That summons from the extra deck as well, but let's think about it. Something that summons 2 monsters. One. Okay, the new anomaly trap does it, right? Or anomaly, like Esperanza or something. Special one, 2 chronometers from your hand, deck, and the graveyard. Yes, so we can use this to trigger to have both the hand and deck selection prompts at the same time and see if it works correctly. So we need to make Seas Master. Okay, so it's very simple to do normally. Single level. We need 2 level 5s, and then level 4, level 5, and Gale Dogra to mill the rank 4. And we need to summon her somehow. I guess with Veiler, same trick. Okay, so let's see. Pass. Set this, summon Gildogra. Not yet. Make the effect. Not yet. Middle this, and then negate it. And then I can summon her. Okay. And I'm gonna wait, shit. Oh, my tech in the hand. One of them is to be in the deck still. Let's put some blank cards in there. Okay, let's go again. Dogra, effect. Another rank 4. Negate it so we can summon Iris. Set the trap. Pass. And then we're gonna use the trap to summon one from the deck, one from the hand. From the extra deck, actually. Okay, so this is because 2 different summons happen at the same time. Not on the same day, different timings. One this and one they double summon. Okay, the extra deck one. This is tricky, huh? The plus. Oh man. Because the extra deck summon happened at different timing, it's kind of getting lost, I think. This kind of sucks. This is gonna be very tricky though to fix. Is it even doable though? I'm not even sure. Actually, it's gonna need the same thing as Union Hunger and stuff, probably. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's gonna need the same treatment. So that's gonna be added later, not now. Yeah. Let me put a description here. Yeah, this change is really tricky because okay, you know how I already has it, right? We can talk about it a little bit. Right, so there's this custom event. So whenever the summon happens, Here's the problem. When you choose to activate this effect, once per turn if a union, if a light machine union is known to have summoned, target one of them, equip one appropriate, blah blah. When you choose to activate this, you need to choose in the game, you need to choose which event you're responding to. But if there are multiple events in the same chain that can cause this to activate, so I summon a union as chaining 1 and as chaining 2 I summon a different union, then the game is gonna prompt you, right? Normally it's gonna prompt you, and if you pick one, the first event, you can only target the first monster. If you pick the second event, you can target the second monster. So this big workaround is required. It does this whole thing. It puts everything in a single group, erases the custom event, and then the other effect that checks the custom event and takes the group that was created with all the available possible targets, and then has you pick a target from one of the cards in this special group. So yeah, I think the same principle is gonna have to be applied here, so that stuff like this works. So the way it should work is that it should prompt me to, I should be able to use any of the 3 effects without having to pick weird prompts and be confused about what I want to do. It's just very confusing for the player. Anyway, but this change is really tricky, and there's a couple more cards I needed, but it's like really complex. I'm not gonna sit down and do it right now. Actually, we were talking about it with Edo, and we were saying that maybe we should make a special like auxiliary function to do this whole check, so that the script is way cleaner and it's way easier to port it over to different cards and stuff. Like for example, now I just found out that this card needs it, so we need to port this over to this card and a couple more others for those edge case scenarios. Anyway, other than that, I think it's fine. I think she is fine. Yeah, for the summon that was one from the deck, one from the hand, I got prompted correctly to pick either of the 2. Yeah. So I think she's done, and if she's done, it means we're done. This we're already done in the previous part. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream now. It's a little late, I'm kinda tired too. Thanks for watching, anybody who's still watching. Peace, take care.